Morning, boys and girls, whoever's out there. Appreciate you so much tuning into the channel with me. I'm on the same lake as I was last week, Lake Catoma, here in north central Alabama, Coleman County, for those of you that aren't local. Last week the water had been stable. It was fairly clear, good color, but not muddy or anything. And over the past week we've had some tremendous amount of rains. I didn't know what to expect when I got here today, so I kind of planned on fishing a little bit shallower than I did last week. Usually if the water's rising, the fish will move shallow. In the fall they do crazy things, so stick around. Let's go see what I can find out. Maybe I guessed right, maybe I didn't. I guess if I get a bite, I'll know I'm onto something. Stick around, I'll be right back. Alright, boys, first bass of the morning. I changed up my baits a little bit from what I was doing last week. Got me a finesse jig, and this bass was a little shallower than any bite that I got last week. Gonna get this bad boy back, check my line, and see if we can't get us on another one here. Good fish to start the morning, really good fish. Hit that thing just pow. Let me get checked out, check my line. We'll get our lines back in the water, we'll catch another. There's a bite. Oh my God, we have got another good one. Oh baby, where you at? Oh baby, come here. Got him. Oh man, check it out. Get a little slack. How about it? Right in the corner of the mouth. Jigs, boys. Jigs produce big fish. Oh. Alright. Oh my goodness. Well, two of my spots from last week have produced fish. I don't know what that weighs. That's a 20. That's probably a 20 plus inch bass. That's what Lake Catoma produces. Still on the steep banks like last week. I thought we'll get this one back. Give me one for a snapshot. Check them out. Back in the water, boys. All right. Go on, girl. I thought that since the water had come up, that they might be more shallow. That's not the case so far. I'm about an hour and a half away from the first bite to the second bite. I paddled around looking. I spent some time talking with a fellow angler out here. Made my way to my second spot. Produced another big fish. This time on a jig instead of a worm. Right on the bottom. but same depth range as last week, around 10 feet. Seems to be the magic number. Both fish. The other fish this morning might have been a little shallower than that, probably 6, 7 feet. This one right around 10 feet, just like last week. So I'm gonna check my line and go set up on my third spot, which is just right across this little slough. See if I can drag up another one. That was pretty cool. You guys hang around, let's go find us one. There's a bite. Will he take it? No. Well, he was there for a second. Let's see if he's got a friend. This little bank right here, I'm sitting in 10 feet right now, so I know I'm thrown up shallower than 10 feet, but I'm bringing it out to the 10-foot depth. And this is a pretty steep little bank. It's rocky, and it's been a good spotted bass bank over the years. More so than the largemouth. I don't know the difference, why I seem to catch more spotted bass on this particular little stretch than I do largemouth, but I get a largemouth every now and then in here, but this side seems to have, and sometimes you'll get a really good spot up in here. There's some little ones too, but spotted bass, I don't know if it's the forage that they like or what, but you know, they have different characteristics than the largemouth, and this just seems to be an area that I relate to catching spotted bass. I know the bottom's rocky, and it has timber and wood and stumps, and already had one little bite come off. I probably won't show that. He probably wasn't very big, not even 12 inches, I don't think. But he came on the little 1/4 ounce jig. The big largemouth earlier was on the 3/8 jig, and the first largemouth that I caught for the day was on the 1/4 ounce jig. We're gonna work this 2 or 3 times, and then I'm gonna move down just a little bit, and I'm gonna work it back. There he is. Oh, what we got? Feels like a spot. Boy, he's a digging. What we got, boys? I ain't seen him. There's me. Oh, man. He done caught us a catfish. He's mad, too. He is mad. In the net. Ah. Big old channel cat. Let's see if I can get my little jig back. Not getting eat up, you know, slimed, everything else. Boy, he whacked it too. I'll find where my hook is. Oh, now I gotta catch him twice. Get back here, buddy. Get back here. Well, there's my jig. Cut it out. He has got all right. I ain't holding him up. There he is. Probably about 7-8 pound channel cat. Back you go. Man, he hit like a freight train. That was not what I was expecting. I thought I had a monster spot. He didn't roll. Look at my line. He has slimed me up. That's awesome. But sometimes you catch catfish. Man, I thought I had a world record spot there for a minute. We'll put her back in there and see what else hits. The reason I chose this bank was it's a deep bank. It comes off pretty quick, slants down, a lot of rocks, and it's already in the shade. It's in the afternoon now, about almost 3 o'clock, and it's shaded. And not only is it comfortable for me, it's comfortable for the fish. And it was most definitely comfortable for that cat. So I was hoping to get a big spot. And that's what I had on my mind. And he hit like a train, boy. At least it was fun. And he didn't tear my line up, so that's good. Guys, after the catfish, I went and explored some different types of water. I went on down that bank first and had a couple of little bites, left the camera off, lost a couple little spots, jumped off at the boat, one right after another. Didn't bother showing those, and went on down and explored some points I knew had some wood, some stumps. Still not getting anything out on the flats, points. All my bites today have been, just like last week, been steeper banks. Not necessarily the real long, steep banks, but when you get a short type of bank coming out of a pocket or into a pocket, it makes kind of a straightaway, but it has a good slope to it. And another thing that I've noticed, needs to be a rocky, hard bottom. The silt and junk like that, not catching anything, not even getting bites on those kinds of banks. It's got to have a hard bottom. Doesn't have to have a lot of wood and everything. It's just got to have a certain slope to it. And that's where my bites have come, and generally they've been around the 10-foot range. I just can't seem to get, I really thought maybe the higher water, I think the water's coming back down now over the week. It rained really hard, but I believe that it is already falling, and it's a lot cleaner than I expected when I got here. It's not really muddy. It's got some tint to it. The feller's trying his boat out. That thing's skint back. And it's got some tint to it. Good color. I've been throwing a pumpkin jig and a black and blue jig, and got bites on both my jig bites today. That's probably why I hadn't had a lot of bites today. I've had 6 or 7 total, but I knew I wasn't coming out here throwing a jig and committing to a jig all day. I wasn't going to grab a lot of bites. The bites I did get, for the most part, they were the ones I landed and got up in the boat. They were quality fish. Was hoping for 3 or 4, but now that I'm thinking back, I think I only got 2. I'll go back and look. Sometimes I'm old, I forget. But I think I only got 2 good quality fish in the boat today. But I did explore a lot of water while my camera was off. Running my depth finder, looking at stuff. Did a lot of searching. Came across a few brush piles that I didn't know were in some places that I'd been on for years. Don't know if those are new man-made stuff or something I've overlooked all these years. But all in all, the jig bite to me is starting to come on a little bit. I believe these fish are going to start coming off this main body. They're going to start coming into the creeks and the backs of these pockets before long. As soon as this water drops 4 or 5 more degrees, it's all the way back up to 80 today, so it's still not really fall temperature water, but hey, I'll take coming out and fishing all day for 2 or 3 bites when you can get some really good quality bites. Guys, I appreciate so much you tuning in with me and going with me on my trips. I'm gonna have some different type videos before long. Some will be my studio videos, just talking about tackle tips and stuff. But my main fishing trips, they're gonna come out on Thursday nights like always. And Man, I look forward. I spent a lot of time today, talked to 2 or 3 people out on the lake, so I had my cameras off for a long time today out on the lake. But anytime you're out and you see my big bright yellow banana looking boat, hey, stop in and talk to me. I don't mind. Makes my day usually. And you guys stay safe out on the water. I'm gonna wind it up. Gonna go home, get something cold to drink, watch some football, and I will see you guys next time. Be safe out on the water. I'm Lowell Henderson.